I guess I'm not gonna be able to hear y'all. Um, oh wow. Can you guys hear? Hold on. Child, let me get out of there. Let me stop. But for real, can you guys hear me? So apparently I can't stream on X right now. So it's giving very much like very much Mercury retrograde. But we're gonna edit something right quick. Hold on. How are we doing, you guys? Hold on. We gotta get into the real thing, honey. We got into get into the real thing. Hold on. Let me get out of this. Somebody. Let me just move that over. Okay. Oh no, move it over. I can't move it over. Anyway, what it do, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel and my stream. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're new here, please like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, share, all of those things, honey. I would greatly appreciate it. So, I know I have been missing. I know. Your girl has been missing in action. You know, real shit has been happening, y'all. Mercury retrograde has been happening. As you can see, Mercury retrograde has been happening. This happened during Mercury retrograde. But yeah, so hold on. Let me see something right quick, y'all. Let me see if I'm everywhere. Let me see if I'm everywhere. Y'all good? We good? I don't even have a chat up. They busted tea. What is the tea? The girls are fighting, honey. Um okay. Can I edit this? I cannot edit it. That is so annoying. Can I edit it up here? No, I cannot. Oh, I'm always okay. Anyway, y'all, welcome my patsies and all of my people that really mess with me. I greatly appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Welcome to the observatory, where we sit back and observe what's going on in the cosmos and also what's going on in reality, child. So, if you're new here, like I said, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that follow button. Go ahead and hit that share button. You know, do your big, be fear. Do your big one too. Be fear. Do your big one. Okay. Thank you so much. Share it to a friend. Because when all of this stuff, look at the distraction. All of this stuff start to come true. Everybody gonna be like, oh God, and I'm gonna be like, yep. But we're gonna really get into some things. We're gonna get into some things. So, we're actually going by one second because we don't do free promo. So, what's going to end up happening is I'm gonna wait for about because I was trying to really see if I can get X up here because that is where the girl really does her big one too. And that's the one thing that isn't working. That is just weird. It's the one thing that's not working. The one thing. It's still not working. So we're just gonna have to do without X today. I really did try and get X up here, you guys. Make sure you guys know X my X followers because actually a lot of my people really be on X child. So hold on, let me. A lot of my people be on. A lot of my people be on X things. So I already staged and stuff. So I'm just chilling and relaxing and things. I'll be live. Oh, I am live. Look at that. Oh my goodness, y'all. The actual one thing that usually doesn't work is working. But I don't like the way that it's set up here, actually. Like, would I have to turn it sideways? Like, I've never seen it done like that before. This stream is stressing me out. And here's me thinking I'm getting ready and getting early. That's not what happened, Bookie. Okay. But as you can tell, Mercury is in retrograde and we're having a couple of technical difficulties, but we're going to push through. Do you know why? Because if we don't do it, who else is? And that is honestly the energy that I'm getting, honestly, for September. If you don't do it, who else is going to do it? So I think that's honestly what I had to learn over the course of the past 4 months. And I think what it's entailing to us, or what's entailing for like this to happen, is basically saying for us to basically just be like, girl, what I was hearing was, before I got on the stream, basically was stay ready, you don't gotta get ready. I kept saying that for some reason. Stay ready, you don't gotta get ready. Stay ready, you don't gotta get ready. So I think that's the energy for the month of September. And honestly, if we're being quite frank, it's going to be kind of sort of for the rest of the year. But we're going to get into that as the year goes on, honey. So let's go ahead and get started. Child, hold on, hold on, hold on. So I picked key dates that I wanted to go over. Honestly, I wanted to pick specific dates that felt more that needed to be seen, seen in my opinion. I don't know why it's glitching right now, but you know, things happen. So let me see. So we're gonna start off with actually what just previously happened, September 4th. Um, and so as you can see right here, today it says it's September 4th. It is based in Washington, D.C. So this is Western astrology, whole sign, and it is it Sidereal or is it Placidius? Placidius. No, it can't be Placidius. I think it's Western traditional. But y'all anywho. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. If you are under the age of 18, please go ahead and click off of this because this may not be quite for you. Okay, so now that we have all of those legal things out of the way, honey, let's go ahead and get into some things. So, I think what I've seen recently, a lot of, I think I'm going to just jump right into Uranus, just went into retrograde. And I believe in, if I'm not mistaken, Taurus, and it does say that if you look right now in the 12th house. So, which is very interesting because the 12th house represents hidden enemies or um, the subconscious, what's going on in the inner self, you know. So I think what's happening right now is a lot of people are seeing people for who they really are, and people are no longer faking the funk. People because people can no longer fake the funk. Here is also why. Another thing that happened today, well, yesterday, was Mars entered into Cancer. So let's start off with that. Hold on. I told you I'm a super mom. Okay, so you got, okay, let me get out of this. So here's how we're going to do it, I guess. I guess I'm going to save this and add it to Twitter from here and just do it like that. And I guess edit it and do it like that. So I don't have to worry about it. But also another thing, it's been a very adventurous or very, not even chaotic, but very, very active in the cosmos. And it's been very, um, very, very alive, I guess you could say. So on the 1st of September, I believe Pluto went back into retrograde into Capricorn. Yay. And also, if I'm not mistaken, on the second, hold on. Oh, Taurus went into retrograde around the first and the second of Uranus went into retrograde in Taurus on the first or the second of September. Okay, so Pluto and then Uranus, right? On the third, we had start feeling the energy of the new moon in Virgo. Right now, it's at its peak, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It was on September 4th, so it should be waning right about now. I'm at waxing actually, so it should start. Um, we should start seeing the moon soon. And basically, it's just giving a lot of transformative energy and a lot of, well, let me regroup, because mind you, Mercury is still in retrograde. Like I said, Mercury is direct right now, but it doesn't come out of retrograde until if I'm not mistaken, the 15th of September. So it's still going to be some type of miscommunication, maybe some type of delay in health problems or delay in work related issues, um, things of that nature, because Virgo is like the mother of the zodiac, kinda. So it's like it creates a sense and it also with, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, um, where is that Virgo? And then Virgo is at 23 degrees on the 23rd, right? So, Virgo is on 23 degrees on the 4th, right? And then you also got to think about it's conjuncting a lot of aspects right now, but it also is conjuncting not only Pluto in retrograde, it's also conjuncting Taurus in retrograde, but I believe that's a sextile if I'm not mistaken. And then you also got to look at that Neptune in retrograde in Pisces. Mind you, it was just in Pisces, right? But it's retrograding, so it's creating a lot of the illusions that was happening behind closed doors is now coming to the light and is now being more seen. So be tuned for that. A lot of shiesty moves, a lot of shiesty people. I just seen a TikTok not too long ago about a story about two rappers getting into it because over not the point but the principle. So because the person was a tourist, it's just hilarious that she was talking about food, but she wasn't really just talking about food. She was talking about the affection, the feeling, the connection that she had with somebody. And that could honestly be, when I'm looking at it, a lot of with the sensitivity, because even though this is for 12 a.m. September the 4th, and we're now in September the 5th, maybe I should. No, I'm just going to keep it on that because I didn't because I only picked fixed days that I wanted to do. Um, So yeah, I think it's just a lot of friction and confusion that's going on, and I think that it's going to tie into a lot more into like unique scenarios, especially with that sextile with Pluto and retrograde in Capricorn right now. It's going to be a lot of people trying to. Uh, no pun intended, but be on top of somebody, like be number one and try and get back in the ranks and be a person to you will see a lot of like evolution but happening while destruction is happening. So you will see a lot of transformative energy because before creation comes destruction. So you do have to also think of that. I do think especially with that Mars that's the Mars square. And honestly, that looks like a T square if I'm not mistaken. But um, it's giving me very much like a lot of the illusions, especially like I said with that Neptune in Pisces, which is its natal sign, but that lets you know that the illusions that are happening is starting to commence to the limelight, and it will no longer be just stuff which just happen behind closed doors because we can see now that the universe is trying to push the general public into being more in tune with being in unison with the general collective and not just being focused on self. And I think a lot, especially with this Pluto in Aquarius, is giving very much like focusing on self, like who's number one, who is the best of the best, instead of it being about, well, what is the general public going through? Yeah, I can be great, I can be good, yeah, I can be number one, I can be remembered, but what is this going? How is this affecting the general public? What are you doing to help the community? Basically, like that's the energy that I'm getting. So it's giving me like you have to look at it from the perspective of a mass of people and not just self, I guess. And you have to also think of it like it's not a good thing to just, because it takes a village to raise a child is what I was always taught. So it takes a not just one person. And I was just thinking about this because writing an album and creating albums and creating projects, because I don't really create albums now, I create more so projects. That's just my opinion. I think it is very, very difficult to do an album alone. Like you also got to think about who's creating the beat, who's editing and mastering, who's altering the beat, who's what's the tempo of the beat, who's in the background. You got a feature on it. You got a sample. Like what is this specific song bringing to the general collective, right? And it takes such a a stacking of layers that creates such something that would seem so simple to create. So I think that's what is going on. I think you're creating, like in this current time, the general collective is creating goals and creating things that will help them and not hinder them, right? So let's do this. And so then we skip to, let me increase it. We skip to I was gonna say October. Whoa, let's not do that. We skip to September 8th, right? And as you can see currently, I don't know if you can see because this is in the freaking way. Wish I can like down it a little bit. I'm telling you. So, okay, well, at least I can see what's the next thing. So, as you can see, as we go to the 8th, Jupiter has retrograde back in Gemini to 21 degrees. So you will see a lot of things that is about if you don't go yourself, the universe is going to push you kind of energy. And it could be pertaining to communications, it could be pertaining to like conflicts with communications or conflicts with self or um, just general conflicts on September the 8th. It's going to be considered a very fast day in my opinion. It gives very much like um, especially if you can see that sun right here. because as you can clearly see, the devil wanted to distract me. That's the one. Because I definitely left that off mute. Like I just left because it was irritating the mess out of me. But what I will say is, what I will say is, as you can see, a lot of Geminis or a lot of, because the ascendant right now is in Gemini, a lot of expansion and restriction is happening for Geminis. It has to be equal balance, of course, because Geminis are two sided. Um, But what I will say is another thing that could be happening, something kind of like a trend might happen on the 8th. I don't know specifically what, but it could be something that is pertaining to like fashion or beauty or like um, I'm hearing school, so it could be something along those lines, especially with the well, what I was looking at was the Uranus in Taurus at 27 degrees, um, being sextile to Pluto and Capricorn at 29 degrees. So it's kind of finishing up like old trends, maybe because a thing that I seen when I first started actually doing astrology was the whole Miss Pink Lady, or I forgot her name, but she was the girl that started the whole AI thing, and that started the whole Pinky Doll. I think that's her name. She started the whole ice cream so good on TikTok. So, and as you can see, you don't really see those people that did that anymore because, like, it was giving quick thrills. But with this Pluto going back into Capricorn, you could see a lot of other trends that are happening get pushed out. And or a lot of people, honestly, a lot of other like top contenders, heavyweight people, like people that are celebrities being pushed out of the limelight and incoming into new people. Um, Especially with that Saturn retrograde in Pisces. Um, what that really signifies for me on the 8th is giving me very much like with that very strong square with the sun in Virgo is giving. I'm sorry, I keep saying it's giving. That's just like a natural thing that I say. I don't know. But it's telling me that um it's going to be some type of lesson that is going to be shown or going to be presented, and it's going to cause some type of friction or conflict, and it's going to be hard to um it's going to be hard to not want to react is what I'm getting. But another thing that's going to influence it is this Cancer and Mars at 2 degrees, which is going to be like conflicts with your health or with your self care or trying to get back on a routine with your self care. You're like a routine. Maybe this is the time when people are going to get back in routines with their diets and with their like regimens. Maybe people are going to be studying more on this around this time, and um, it's telling me that also with this specific chart. Um, Pluto is not Pluto. The moon is actually in Scorpio. Now, because it has like a light little conjunction or aspect to Mars and Cancer, it's going to be a lot of energy, especially you see the 11 degrees. It's going to be a lot of energy regarding like emotions and learning how to think with your emotions and not necessarily think logically. Because I think when Mars was in Gemini, it was giving a lot of logical thinking, like thinking strategically instead of thinking with your heart, you were thinking with your head, and now a lot of people are going to start converting to thinking with their heart instead of their head, because that's what the universe is asking us to do at this point in time. So it's getting with the Leo also sextile to the with Mercury in Leo sextile to Mars and Cancer. I think that might just, I think it will just create a sense of create like a form of, I don't know why I'm getting integrity, but it seems to me like some type of, somebody might give like wealth tips around September the 8th. Some people might also talk about like things that have had them, or like unlucky stories or stories that made people feel vulnerable might be talked about coming up from now until the 8th. I'm trying to go a little faster because my time is actually about to be up. So we're going to skip this. Unless we play. So, ho, 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 ho. So then we get to September the 11th, infamously, infamously known as 9/11. Um, right now, as you can see, it's a lot of friction going on, a lot of conflict, especially with that Saturn and Sun. It's like whatever happened on the 8th is still trailing into the 11th. Um, it might not be as talked about as much. But what I also see is the moon is in Sagittarius at 17 degrees, and it is squaring Gemini and Jupiter at 20 degrees. So that to me says that it's going to be something that you're going to have to think about, like a decision that's going to have to be made with regards to how you want to change and evolve, like the goals that you want to present for yourself, how you want to um, prepare for things more. I think another thing that I'm seeing is that, especially, which is interesting, because by this time, somehow, I did not know this. Venus enters Libra. Did not know that. Venus enters Libra, I guess, and it's at 15 degrees, so it's been there for a minute. Um, but it's sextile to the moon at that moment. So it's saying that like maybe relationships don't want to be hidden anymore, or um learning when to restrict yourself, like financially, because it could be like a financial issue that's going on, financial crisis. Because another thing that I seen was the Chase Bank fraud activity. It could, that could be coming back, or that could be more talked about on the 11th. It could, yeah, it's giving me like some type of unique situation that usually happens around every king election, but it